Warning, there will be spoilers on this show. Please do not send us hate mail. Proceed at your own risk.
Welcome to the First Six podcast. I am half of the show, and my name is Molly Southgate.
And I'm the other half, Tabby Hollywood.
And today we are talking about The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
As her 16th birthday nears, Sabrina must choose between the witch world of her family and the human world of her friends. It's based off of the Archie comics. It is a spin-off of Riverdale.
It is, yes. It stars Kiernan Shipka, Ross Lynch, Lucy Davis, Chance Perdomo, Michelle Gomez, Jazz Sinclair, Tati Gabrielle, Adeline Rudolph, Richard Coyle, and Miranda Otto. And I said everyone's name right again. I think we're hitting, multiple times in a row.
Yeah.
This is magical.
So, they keep blurring out the sides of the screen. Did you notice that?
I noticed that.
They, blur the sides of the screen, and it makes everything look really weird. And I can't, it's so weird. And every now and then I'll just be like, whoa, what's happening?
I kept thinking that, so I think I've told the story before about how I have trouble with my glasses. I will not tell that again. But,
yes.
I got new glasses. And so, while I was watching this, I was transitioning from having, not being able to see to being able to see really well. So I thought that it was just my eyes were playing tricks on me.
No, I actually thought that at first too, because I need glasses. I just don't wear them.
Our eyes are a hot mess, Tabby. What did we do?
Mine aren't actually. No, mine aren't. It's the teeniest bit off. So at night and stuff, I get headaches. But, I don't like glasses. They give me headaches too.
Yeah. Also,
but I was like, wait, no, this is what is going on. This is the actual TV. This isn't me.
Just a side note for everybody. When we get to episode 4, I only have a couple of notes, and they're very bizarre. And I don't really remember what happened in that one, because
I'll read the description.
Had an eye strain that night, but I refused to not finish the episode. So for that whole episode, I sat there and I had the worst headache. So sorry if my memory is a little foggy.
Actually, that day I was getting ready for dance while watching the TV. So my hair was I was doing my hair into a bun while watching the TV show. So I kept pulling my head back and being wait, what happened?
Oh no. Well, usually one of us at least is the ringer, actually knew what happened.
No, I know what happened. I just didn't have many notes for that one.
Okay.
Okay. So I have seen a little bit of this show with my mom, but not as much as I saw Riverdale. I've seen a couple episodes. But why do Hilda and Ambrose have accents?
Okay, I had the same question. And they keep saying they're British, but where's Zelda's accent?
Do they?
Yes.
Wait, when do they say that they're British?
They say that a ton, especially in the later episodes. She would be like, oh yeah, when I was a kid,
really?
And the Queen's coronation, and yes. Ambrose, they did not explain, I don't think. But Hilda, they kept saying that she was British. But what about Zelda?
I don't know. And they all grew up together because they're
in Greendale.
They all grew up in Greendale. And nobody else has accents except for the two of them, which is so weird.
Yes, I would like to discuss the elephant in the room first. Greendale. I'm sorry, but my community nerd brain, as soon as they said it, I started freaking out, and then I was writing my notes. I'm basically started writing fan fiction. I was okay, but if they are in Greendale, maybe Greendale is right next door to the Witch Academy, and maybe, and then I started combining Riverdale and Sabrina, which are already kind of spin-offs, they're kind of combined.
They are combined.
And then I was like, okay, Veronica didn't transfer from New York. She transferred from Greendale, and she's secretly a witch. I had this whole thing going on.
No.
I know. It was interesting what was going on in my head when I was watching.
But I said that first. But you do realize that in Community, their town isn't called Greendale, is it?
They're in Colorado.
It's just the college. They're in Colorado. They mentioned that, but it's Greendale Community College. And then the other college is City College. So.
Yeah, and they just keep saying that they're like, this is Greendale. But then
Greendale.
It kind of makes me think they're just talking about the college, so I don't know. But it's nice to let your imagination
we're talking about Sabrina
run wild
today,
sometimes.
not Community.
Oh, sorry. Do you have any
Okay, and also,
fun facts?
Who is Ambrose? No, I don't. But who is Ambrose? Okay? He calls Zelda and Hilda auntie, and he calls Sabrina his cousin. Who are his parents?
Oh. Okay. So they said that he was on house arrest there. We don't know how. He said he's been there for 75 years. So,
yes.
I think that he's not going to call Sabrina, he's not going to call Zelda and Hilda his mothers. Like, that's weird. But a lot of times, especially in the media, when somebody gets close to another person or like they are basically family, they just call them like their cousins or aunts or uncles like that. Like, I know I have people that I call like my aunts and uncles who aren't biologically.
No, yeah, but like, why would he be in house arrest at their house if they weren't related?
Because they're high members of the Guild of Demons.
That doesn't make sense.
The Church of Night,
no, he's
that's
on
what it's
house
called.
Arrest. They're on house arrest. At his house. Why is he at their house? They're a family.
Oh. But why does he keep wanting to leave then? He keeps saying, like, I hate you. Like, essentially, like, he wants to
there
leave.
For 75
but then he
years.
keeps saying, like, he keeps sounding like they aren't his family. Like, he just has to be there. Like, well, I guess I'm stuck with you two now. It was confusing.
Why would he? I don't know. Hopefully, they explain it in episodes to come.
I have that would be nice. I did love this show though.
I really liked it.
I was thinking you would like it as I was watching it, because we usually, for the audience, just so that way you guys know, Tabby and I usually text throughout the week and share our opinions, but this week we didn't. She had said, she's like, no, I don't want to spoil. I'm going to tell you Sunday. So I am learning all this new information. So I kept thinking, like, all right, Tabby's gonna have questions about this, and she's gonna want to know this, and like that.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think I like this quite as much as I like for Riverdale.
Oh.
I think it might be because I was more like, they didn't explain things as much as they did in Riverdale. So I'm sitting here like, no, explain. You don't want to not know things. Why aren't you telling me things?
I actually liked this more than Riverdale. I felt like, at least for me personally, Riverdale felt a little bit more like kind of like a classic teenager show. This felt like an awesome Halloween, like all spooky. And yes, it's currently, when we're recording this, it's early September, but I'm already pretending that it's Halloween. So I was very excited to watch this.
I've been pretending it was Halloween since, like, spring.
Rude, but true. Yeah. Yeah, one of my notes just says, this is spooky. I love it.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to the first episode?
Sure. All right.
While Greendale readies for the Halloween eclipse, Sabrina faces a crucial decision as Harvey makes an unexpected declaration.
Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun!
Okay. Most of my notes here are just about Greendale, so...
Okay, my first thought is, they looked kind of like the comics. At least Harvey and Sabrina did.
They did. I felt like Sabrina looked pretty close.
Really? Yeah, Sabrina looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And Harvey looked pretty close too. His hair was a little different, but other than that, he was pretty close. And Zelda and Hilda are like they're like the comics, except not dressed as witches.
In the comics, are they dressed in like?
In the comics, they're wearing like hats and big black robes and stuff.
Okay, but
and they're very much.
I cannot explain how much I love their aesthetic in this. Where it's just like, they're going to go and live in a spooky mansion in the woods and have a mortuary.
Like,
I can't speak today.
And,
mortuary? Hilda's going to cook all the time and make all these special potions, and they're going to wear florals. That is the life I want.
Wait, really?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Also, what really needs to be addressed here is the fact that we're just Zelda and Hilda.
I know, right? I'm Zelda, she's Hilda.
Obviously.
I don't think that needed explaining, but...
It got to the point that we were writing each other, saying, oh, this happened today.
Yeah,
because I'm Hilda, I guess. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I think what happened is that she was like, oh, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm playing with some fire.
Yeah. What? Like, I was so confused. I was like, oh, okay. Are you a witch now?
I was playing with a lighter and candles and some lanterns, but then my lighter ran out of lighter stuff.
Lighter fluid?
I was sad.
Gas?
Lighter fluid. Gas. I don't know. What is it?
Lighter fluid. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
That's what my parents call it, I think. Oh, no. So apparently the shared brain cell that we have is not functioning today. So I'm very sorry to our listeners. Because we cannot think. Yeah. Okay, the spiders were disgusting.
Yeah, that was definitely... What?
The spiders were disgusting.
Oh my gosh, I love spiders!
Okay, but did you love those spiders? Do you want spiders to take over your house and your sanity?
No, I don't exactly want that to happen. But it was funny. One of my notes is like, I was like, I love spiders.
My note is spiders with that, well, I found out that I can make my notes in Google Docs, then I can have full access to capital letters, italics, emojis. So I've got that little emoji that goes like, that one that's the only way I can describe it. It's making a very scared face, and like its cheeks are all red, and its eyes are really big, and its eyebrows are really high. Yeah, it's making the face that Tabby's doing right now when I'm trying to explain it to her.
I'm like, what is here?
Yeah, so that's what I felt. Yeah. If you were a witch, what would your familiars be? Spiders?
Creepy dolls. Ew. What?
If you were a witch, would your familiars be spiders? Like in this universe?
Oof. I think it would I don't know. What can you have as a familiar?
They said pretty much anything. Didn't they have... I feel like they had some weird ones, too. Like, wasn't there something that's like, here, you could have a whale? I remember in the book, I was like...
Whale. Wow.
These are... Well, it wasn't that bad. But I was like, these are interesting. Not household pets.
Yeah, I don't know. Spider, cat. I don't really know.
I would do a cat.
I love animals, but only, certain animals. I hate squirrels.
Squirrels are evil.
Little squirrels. Okay, there's a squirrel by my house that throws things at me, literally.
Okay, well that's really mean. I don't know what that is, but
I have had apples thrown at my head by the squirrel.
Is it bad that I find this hilarious?
And then it laughs at me. My family does too. They laugh at me
because I'm laughing so hard right now.
I don't care.
We have squirrels in our yard and on all of our bird feeders, because we have 20 bird feeders. We have so many. They come and it's really funny because they straddle them. They jump up and then wrap around the bird feeder and eat out of it or knock them down. But they're evil and then they make the birds not want to come because there's mean squirrels.
They eat all of our tomatoes that we grow in our garden.
Yeah. Oh, I loved when Sabrina, they said, oh, are you going on a witch hunt? And she just looks and she goes, I don't care for that term. Yes. I loved that.
Okay. I actually thought that Sabrina's house was Cheryl's from Riverdale at first.
Oh, really?
It had the double
Zelda does have red hair.
Go in. But no, I looked at 2 pictures of them next to each other. It's not the same house.
So if we go by the Riverdale thing, like by their terminology and everything, is Zelda in Cheryl's family because she has red hair? Because that's what it would sound like. Or is she in Archie's family? Like, which one? Because in this show, it was like, wait a second. Not every character has to have the same hair color? What? If they're in a family? What? They could look different?
I know, right? So weird. Okay, at one point there was a bat that flew into Sabrina's window and broke the glass.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And then she just goes, that's not a great sign.
And how thin was that window?
Yeah, if it's just a bat. Okay, not to get off topic again, but I have been in a room with a bat before. It's not fun. My mom and I were doing a LARP thing, and we had to go down into, like, in the castle. And we had to go down to this, like, stone room and be quiet, and it was all dark. And it was just the two of us alone in princess dresses. And all of a sudden, and we knew there was a bat somewhere in the castle. All of a sudden, we hear these wings, and we go, oh, no. The bat was trapped in the black room with us. And so it kept circling around. We were freaking out. We were texting my dad, and we're like, you need to get down here right now. Like, speed up this LARP. Like, make it so that way we can reveal ourselves. Because there's a bat that is going to attack us.
That's crazy.
So I felt Sabrina's pain when the bat came in her bedroom.
I still don't understand how it flew through a window. I've had many birds fly into my window.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it's true. It really is sad. But many, many birds have flown into my window. None of them have broken the glass yet.
Well, bats are pretty powerful, though, aren't they? And if this is a witch bat...
Yeah.
That bat was probably a familiar. Or something.
Oh, most likely, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Still, though. That was too powerful. That was weird. Okay. I felt so bad for Harvey, because Sabrina is trying to tell him that she's a witch. And Harvey's just like, oh, you're lying just because you want to get rid of me?
I know. I was like, okay, you felt bad for Harvey?
Yeah.
I did not. Well, I was like, believe the girl.
Also, the thing is,
she's trying to tell you something, and she's like, I know this is really hard. And it wasn't even like, I want to break up with you. She was just going, I am a witch.
I know, but the way, she didn't say, oh, I'm a witch. She was like, yeah, and she's like telling this big story, and then she's like, them, us. I was like, you could have at least told him, like, hey, don't freak out, but I'm a witch. No, don't say it like that. That'd be weird. Bada
bing, bada boom, I'm a witch.
I'm a witch.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that voice is like. I think she would have freaked Harvey out much more if she had told him like that.
She didn't even say, hey, just don't freak out, but I'm a witch. Instead of saying like them, she said us. And then he's like, oh, okay. Okay, you just went on this long thing just to break up with me. You've been distant lately. Okay. Bye.
Okay, yeah. I was very upset with Sabrina during parts of the series. I loved her as a character. I felt like she was a lot stronger than what I've only read a little bit of the comics, but I felt like she was a lot stronger, she was a really great character, but she's like, oh, here, claim your birthright, get all these powers. But I want to be with my boyfriend.
I'm in love.
Love. For chumps.
I know, right? Okay, and then she erased Harvey's memory, but she knew that she had to leave in 3 days anyway.
Yeah. Also, they kept saying all this stuff. They're like, you need to tell your friends. And it took it till the day of, and she's like, whoops.
And she's like, oh, I didn't tell my friends. And then she ended up not even telling them in the end. She's like, oh, wait, I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, and then she even shows up. Oh, wait, that's in episode 2.
Wait, that's the next episode.
That's the next episode.
Yes, we'll talk about that later.
Also,
at one point, they said the midnight was the witching hour. I always thought it was 3.
No, okay, I just heard this joke on another show. 3 a.m. is, 3 a.m. is something else. Oh, now I need to look okay. Pause while we Google. Is 3 a.m. the witching hour? I know that midnight is the witching hour, but 3 a.m. is something else.
Really? Because I read things and it said 3 a.m. was the witching hour.
Oh, well, okay. Urban Dictionary says that 3 a.m. is the witching hour.
Okay.
Now I don't know. I always heard that...
I always heard 3 a.m.
This one says... This fandom says that with a modern literal meaning of midnight. So that is... The witching hour is at midnight. So I don't know what's up with 3 a.m., but...
did you see that? See, two things said two different things.
Oh, I know.
So...
I know what it is. Okay. Midnight? This is gonna get confusing. Midnight is the witching hour. When it's like, all the witches and the ghosts and the spirits all come out and like they're at their strongest. 3 a.m. is the devil's hour. That's when the demons and the devil are at their strongest. According to Wikipedia.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen so many different things saying that. And they've all said, 3 and midnight.
I don't get why 3 a.m. would be something. Like, isn't that so random?
Because it's like the middle. No, 3 a.m. I feel like 3 a.m. is more of is the middle of the night.
I know, but midnight sounds cooler.
3 a.m. I don't like midnight, honestly. I hate midnight.
What? I'm sorry. I'm very confused by that
just
statement.
As a time,
How do you just say you don't like a time?
I did. Therefore, it's done.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't think you would be a very good witch, Tabby, if you don't even like the witching hour.
Because my brother thinks I am definitely a witch.
Yes, I agree with that. But I still don't think you... I don't know if you would be a good witch because you really apparently don't like midnight, which I didn't know was a
Are you sure?
Thing.
I know. So many people, basically my entire family's yeah.
Yeah, you're probably
Lori's the vampire, my little sister. It's my little sister's the vampire. I'm the witch of the family.
It makes a lot of sense. I'm a witch like Hildy, where she's just like, water. I like to cook fun stuff.
I'm the one who's I don't really know.
Okay, do you want to move on to episode 2, or did you have any other notes?
At one point, there was, so at the end of the episode, they, it was the corn maze. It was a corn maze. And it was pointing to an old tree, and the sign just said, old tree.
Oh, it did?
It couldn't have...
That is hilarious.
Any better... Yeah.
I did love that part, though, when she took the bite of the apple, and it was, the maggots and the darkness. That's when I said, I was like, that's not great. That's not a great sign.
Not a good sign.
Yeah. All right. Episode 2.
On. A legendary guest visits Spellman Mortuary. Ambrose explores a grim revelation, and Sabrina stuns the coven with a shocking announcement.
All right. See, I'm a little confused by these notes that I had.
Yeah?
Because here, I have a lot of things like, that boy's a witch. I don't know who I'm talking about. Or the fog in all caps. I don't know what that means.
My first note is, so there's the football boys who were being jerks.
It's just like in Riverdale.
The creator really has something against football. And it's the same writer, so.
Something against football, but, unless it's the lead boy. Because they like Archie and Harvey. They like Archie and Harvey, and they both play football.
Harvey doesn't play football.
He has a number on his shirt.
Wait, what? He doesn't play football.
Does having a number on your shirt when you're a boy in high school, that doesn't... Does that mean that you don't Wait, I always thought that meant that you played football.
Or, well, I mean, what did it say on his shirt?
I don't know, like Harvey or something. I didn't read it that much. I saw it said like number 10.
Number 10, are you sure?
And in some shots, it looked like he was wearing a belly shirt. That's all I remember.
Wait, what?
His t-shirt, his numbered jersey, his jersey. He's a football player. I'm telling you. Because Sabrina's a cheerleader and he's a football player. At least in later seasons.
I don't think he...
Sabrina's a cheerleader.
I don't know. I don't think he's...
Well, then maybe I just went insane. So, okay, this sounds ridiculous. When you wear a jersey and you're a boy on a TV show in high school, that means that you're a football player, right? Because, like, in Riverdale, all the boys that wear jerseys were football players. I'm not saying this about real life. I'm saying this about TV shows.
I guess he does play football.
Because his reaction, because it was only 4 boys on the football team that were doing that. And his reaction to it was like, oh, it gave me the impression like, oh, those are people that I know. Like, who can I go beat up? Like, school. Wow, I know these.
Beat people up. Okay, but they never mentioned that. I feel like if you played football, you'd like not like what? How would he be able to like walk Sabrina home every day if he had football practice?
Oh, I think what the audience is really learning from this conversation is that we know nothing about high school or sports.
Yes, my brother signed me up for a fantasy football league. I'm so happy now. Because they needed another person. I have nothing. I know Gronkowski because he was in a Tide Pods commercial, my favorite commercial in the world. Because I am really
you talk about that commercial a lot.
It's the best commercial ever. No. But, like, I know, like, 2 football players. I know some that are in commercials.
You're gonna have a 2-person league. Okay, let's keep talking.
Football players are from commercials. But anyway.
But, yeah, I hated all those boys.
But how did they... So, Sabrina... like, led them into the mines, right?
Yes.
Where did she lead them? Yeah, it was.
Yes.
How did they not recognize her? They go to school with her every day.
No, they recognized her.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, right? They were like, oh, so who are you? Did you go to Riverdale?
I thought that question was directed at the other girls.
It might have been, but why didn't they, like...
address...
I don't think...
Maybe it was part of the charm.
But still.
I have no clue. There were a few... I really love this show, but I know by no means that it is a perfect show. There were a lot of questions left unanswered.
I think that they will answer those questions, though. Some of them.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully the answer to Ambrose is.
Yeah, that would be nice to hear about that.
That'd be nice.
Did I just miss something? Or I only learned in, like, episode 5 that Ambrose actually was under house arrest. And then after that point, they said it, like, 20,000 times. Every other time I was like, why does he have to astral project? I thought it was just, like, a witch's code thing. Because they said they're not allowed to be friends with mortals.
No, yeah, they're not.
So, he was being... Okay, that's another question for later, but,
Okay. Anywho, one of my notes is just, the line, you can't keep killing me.
Yes! And then after that
is just like, you keep killing me. Jeez, Zelda, come on.
And then Zelda goes, I'm your older sister. It's my God-given right to bury you as many times as I please. I love I mean, all the witches in this show, I was just like, all snaps all around.
Okay. Moving on. Sabrina, she goes to a Halloween party and she's like, I didn't have a costume, so I'm wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah, like, that's the most random thing. Like, why didn't she just say, I am dressed up as a bride? Or something.
No, instead,
everyone's like, oh, great, Sabrina.
Well, Okay,
good job, Sabrina. Great costume. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like
another Zelda line that was fabulous. I remember someone was like, oh, I think it was Ambrose, where's Aunt Hildy? And she goes, she annoyed me, so I killed her and buried her in the yard.
Yes. Go Zelda.
Now I'm a little worried that if we ever live together, you're going to start killing me, because your reaction to Zelda's murder is a little scary.
Little bit.
Yeah. I started freaking out because I totally forgot that they were witches and could regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Hildy died! Wait, what? I was so sad. I was like, this is very different than the comics.
This is so sad. No, but, Molly's Hilda, I'm Zelda.
It's true. I don't know who I'm talking about. I think the boy that Ambrose was flirting with, I think that's who I thought was a witch. At first.
He is. They mentioned that.
Yeah.
He says that. He's like, oh yeah, of course I'm a witch. Like, come on, jeez. Or warlock.
Okay. So that's what I was saying. Because I remember I went like,
that's
I'm
probably
so good, I guessed it. And I wrote down, that boy's a witch. But I was
I actually did that too. I was like, I think he might be a witch. And then I was like, oh wait, 2 seconds later they reveal that he actually is. So that's a sad note.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot in here about me, like, talking about how they're amazing and that they should just slay, like...
Who?
All of the ones when they took them down to the mines and, like, did all those charms and stuff, and, like... I like their revenge plots. I don't know why I like these so much, but I really have liked them.
I love revenge.
In general?
If there's
or
ever, like,
as a TV show
yes,
plot?
In general. Like, especially in TV, though, somebody will be like, I know what I'll have to do. And I just sit there and I yell, revenge!
Okay, so now I'm learning so many new things about you. You love revenge. You hate midnight.
How did you not know this before, though? That's my real question.
I don't know. Why? I can't even, like, formulate a thought anymore. I'm so confused by the fact. How do you hate a time?
I just dislike midnight. That might be because when it becomes midnight, my mom makes me stop talking.
Is she a witch? Like, does she charm you? Or does she just tell you to be quiet?
No, she's just like, go to bed. Jeez.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's midnight and I'm talking.
Well,
that might be it, but I don't know. Anyway, do you have any more notes for this episode?
Do not. Do you?
Episode 3. As Sabrina confronts a long line of family secrets, Harvey faces turmoil at home and shares a secret of his own.
Dun dun
dun
dun.
dun.
Oh my gosh. Her hair. Zelda's hair. Ew. No.
Oh, ew. Okay,
when it was falling out.
Like, it's just, one of my lines is, my notes, her hair falls out and she's just playing it cool. And it's true. Her hair falls out and she's just like, I'm going to leave.
That happens all the time. Slowly walks out the back door. This is what happens
when Sabrina doesn't sign her name in the Book of the Beast. I think that's what it's called.
Yes, the Book of the Beast.
Yes, this is what happens. They take away their powers. Rude.
Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't they just take away Sabrina's powers?
I know, right?
Because Aunt Zelda and Aunt Hildy...
They're her legal... Hilda.
Oh.
You keep saying Hildy. Hilda.
Then why did I write Hildy in my notes 20 times?
I don't know, but I keep hearing you say Hildy, and I'm like, is my hearing... What?
Maybe my hearing's bad. Okay, but Aunt Zelda and Aunt Hilda... Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know what I was saying.
I guess they're her legal guardians, so...
Yeah. But still, it's like, I don't want their hair to fall out in front of me. Like, please.
And they got old so fast. It was crazy.
Yeah. Also, something that I love in the court, in the demon court, they call them dishonors. Instead of, like, your honor.
Yeah, instead of your dishonors.
Yes. Also, I only took 3 notes for episode 3. I don't know what I was thinking, but, I said, that is so heartbreaking.
What is?
Do you know what I was talking about? Because I don't.
Oh, I was like, oh no, what is it? What is it?
No, I seriously have no idea.
Oh, is it the, what's his name?
Who? I don't know. I am so lost.
The lawyer?
I think I really spaced out during episode 3.
I think it's the lawyer story is heartbreaking.
Probably.
Is that it? Because I don't think...
Yeah.
Oh, how Harvey got trapped in the mine for 6 hours?
Oh.
Like, what?
Yeah. With the demon. Yeah, with death. It's like, wow. Okay, great. He's in hell.
I know, right? That was so weird. For 6 hours as an 8-year-old. No wonder he's so traumatized.
And then everyone's just like, well, you're a kid.
Like, okay, bye.
I mean, it's like, who cares? And it's like, no, he was trapped in a mine for 6 hours with hell. When he was 8.
I know.
Like, that's not...
And he was 8?
And he was probably trapped in there at midnight, which, as we all know, according to Tabby, is the worst time.
Midnight. It was in the middle of the day.
Wasn't it?
In the middle of the day.
Wasn't it at night?
No, because they were playing hide and seek. Why would an 8-year-old be playing hide and seek at midnight, Molly?
Oh, true. I felt like this show was shot. It was beautiful, except for the weird fuzz, like the weird blurring at the edges of the screen.
It's true, though. It was weird.
But I did think that it was really pretty, like all the fog, like how Sabrina would wear the bright reds. To really, like,
yes, I love the red lighting. How they kept when scary things happened. The lighting would go red. Yeah. It was cool. I liked it. And also, both of her parents baptized her.
Yeah. Or, it's like, wow.
One of them, he signed her name in the Book of the Beast.
Yeah, they're like, look at, that was taken 2 days after you were born. Well,
I know, right?
Sabrina was a gifted child.
I know. And the other person's like, yeah, well, this one was taken 1 day after she was born, so we win. Boom.
I don't think that's how you argue a court case. But, yes, I wish that was in your face. Roasted. But, yeah.
Do you have any more notes for this episode?
I didn't. I only had those 3, and the one, I don't even know what I was talking about.
I know, right? I don't have very many.
Right.
Episode 4.
Yes!
Sabrina takes a weekend trip. Father Blackwood poses a pivotal Russ and Susie stage an impromptu and unnerving sleepover.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
I say that all.
Why doesn't Sabrina just become friends with the witches? Like, why are the witches so crabby at her? Like, who cares?
You're mean.
And then the weird harrowings. I'm like, this is...
I know, that was...
not great. Also, here's one of my favorite moments from the entire show, what we've watched so far, is the fact that when Ambrose sits and eats at the table, he leans really far back so that way it looks like he's just, like, sitting on the floor.
I know.
And I was like, he is a king. He is fabulous.
Yeah. My sister, she's watching, she's like, why does he never wear a normal shirt?
Why?
He's always wearing, like...
he?
And then I was like, he doesn't have to leave the house.
Yeah. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
He's always wearing, like, weird, jackets.
He's essentially in quarantine.
Exactly.
That's just how we are right now.
For 75 years.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want to think about that.
He's not even allowed to leave the house to get groceries.
I'm not. Other people get groceries for me. He's essentially how I am in quarantine. Where I'm just like, we're not going to leave. We're not going anywhere. But he can't have any meaningful connections with mortals. He doesn't really know very many witches. At least it felt like that. And honestly, who wants to hang around with that crowd? Like, Vostus and stuff? I don't want to be near them.
No, right.
So, he can't, like, just pull up a video chat or astral project.
I know, right? One of my notes is just, I'm Nicholas Scratch. Nick Scratch. Do you feel the need to repeat yourself?
What?
That was... do you remember,
I don't know what that is.
So, Sabrina, she's at the witch's school, and it's lunch, and this guy walks up to her, and he goes, I'm Nicholas Scratch. Nick Scratch. And I'm like, why do you repeat yourself? That's so stupid.
He repeats himself
when you
because
say, like, I'm
he
Bond, James Bond. That's cool. But you don't repeat yourself with a nickname.
Yeah. That would be like if you came up and you're like, I'm Tabitha Hollowed. Tabby Hollowed. Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Now that I say that again, that is pretty terrible.
I know.
And, yeah.
I hated him.
He's not even
so
like a super
much.
spy or anything. Like, if he was a super spy, then it would be cool.
I know.
But
it's one thing if he was a super spy.
That's a different story. Maybe we'll have to do a super spy thing at some point, just to talk about how they should say their name.
I absolutely hated this guy. So much.
Nick Scratch?
Nick Scratch.
Could you refresh my memory on who he is?
He's just some random guy at their school who's like, oh, okay, at one point, Sabrina's
Nick!
like,
I hate Nick so much.
Yes, and she goes, I have a boyfriend. And he goes, what? You have 2 different lives, 2 different boyfriends.
That was...
what?
That was not real, Tabby. That was in her dream.
But that's what she thinks of him.
Yeah, that's what she thinks he would say, because he sucks. But,
yes,
no, I felt like he was okay. He was a little weird, like he was a little flirtatious. And I was like, well, she's got a boyfriend, you know. But I didn't think that he was too bad. He was terrible in her dream, but that's how she sees him.
But that's how she sees him, because he won't stop flirting with her. Even though she has a boyfriend.
True. I didn't really love the stuff, like, I thought it was an interesting idea that they go to, like, this witch academy, and I loved the stuff with all the kids that had died, like, when they showed up and, like, they got their revenge. Once again, a revenge plot. But I didn't really like the people there. Like, I wished she had been able to make a friend who was not, like, weird and flirting with her.
I think that's the thing. The weird sisters. No, but, like, that's the thing. She doesn't fit in because she's a half-breed.
Yeah, but still. It's like, who cares about that? I wish... Okay, here's an idea that they could
They care about that.
That would have been so much fun, though. They could have had a witch that was supposed to be, like, the social justice witch. Or something. I don't know.
Then we haven't gotten to see much about the school, so maybe that will happen. Maybe
I think that would be fun, though. Like, if they're like, half-breeds don't matter, you're my... I mean, like, it matters to be a half-breed, too. Like, you can be my friend. Like, I would have loved that.
I know. I'm saying, I think that might happen in later episodes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep watching.
Just because I think... Yeah, I will probably, too. This actually, like, for some reason, I kept thinking of Harry Potter. The half-blood. And, like, how, especially, like, Draco Malfoy is just like, oh, well, you're not a pure blood, so you don't get to hang out with me. Yeah.
Oh, Prue was totally Draco. Like, full on.
For sure.
If they had harrowings at Hogwarts, Harry would have had the worst harrowings.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, my next note is, pick one, nice or not, Sabrina.
What is this
so she's like,
anger at Sabrina target about?
Either be nice or don't be. So she
who's she like, mean to?
I guess it wasn't exactly mean because they were being mean to other people, so it's revenge. I love revenge.
She was doing self-defense and standing up for her friends.
I know, self-defense.
She could have done it in a kinder way, but...
And she's very annoying about it.
In what way? What do you think?
just her person. I really disliked her. Everything about her.
Okay. I liked Sabrina in this. I mostly just liked her red jacket.
But, like, okay, this is a thing with me and characters. I hate them all.
I know. But more than anything, I hate Nicholas Scratch. Nick Scratch.
I've had characters I've hated worse. Trust me.
Do you have a most hated character? This is kind of off topic, but do you?
Not one, I don't think so. No, I don't have a most hated character.
Oh, okay.
No, if I thought about it, I'd probably be able to find one, but I don't think so.
Okay. Also, I would like to say, one of my notes, I just say, that's called a possession. When Uncle Jesse, jumped across the room and attacked Harvey. I keep wanting to call Harvey Wallace, because I read this book, and it's called Eliza and Her Monsters. It's very good. Everyone should read it. But the main love interest, who I picture to look like the actor that plays Harvey on this show, and who behaves a lot like Harvey, is named Wallace in it.
Oh.
And so then when I watch this, I constantly want to just call him Wallace.
Huh.
I don't know why. It's just a thing.
Okay.
But so when Uncle Jesse goes across the room and attacks Harvey, I was like, that's a possession. I had a pretty good idea of that. Also, what's with his gross, red, burned skin?
'Cause he's being possessed.
Is that what happens?
I don't know.
Audience, please do not give us the details of possession. At least don't give them to me, because I would prefer not to read about that. So do not send us mail about that. But I don't think that's what happens.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Once again, my note that is so heartbreaking comes back. I was talking about the kids this time, though. When all the kids show up and they're like, show them the others. And they're all around and they're all dead. That was sad. But also,
yeah,
this school is a security nightmare. How come all these kids... I was like, what is going on? These children are being murdered by other students. They ought to have something in place. Right?
Well, but, I think that's what the people there, I mean, you saw it, they were like, oh, well, we're getting rid of the weakest. It's a tradition here at Unseen Arts Academy or something, whatever it's called.
Oh, isn't it? It's Unseen Arts, right? Which is a cool name. Unseen Arts Academy?
Yeah.
Which is an awesome name. And if I ever create a school, regardless of whether it's a witch school or not, it will be named Unseen Arts Academy, because that is awesome.
Okay.
I don't know what this means, but it said that is a lot of heavy breathing. I don't know. Just been, going a little mad, because this was the episode where my headache started.
Oh.
So I was getting a migraine while watching it, but instead of tending to that, I watched the episode.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
I thought that it wasn't a big deal, because I've never had a migraine before, so I didn't know. I was like, it's fine. But it's okay. I was fine. I stopped after this. It was only 10 minutes left before it started getting really bad.
Okay.
But it started at the beginning of the episode. I don't know what this means, but I say they are so sweet.
Sabrina and Harvey?
Maybe?
Wait, when did they even talk?
I don't think they talked to us. I liked them. They weren't I didn't really, for once in my entire life, I did not really ship anyone on this show. I was just kind of okay, they're together.
I don't like people.
It's fine.
No, the thing is, I disliked Harvey, but I also disliked Sabrina.
Oh. So you got a double hate going.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Alright, well, did you have any other notes?
No, I didn't. Right now, I am literally trying to find episode 5.
This is the biggest episode for me, at least. I took an entire page of notes just on this episode.
Well, the thing is, on IMDb, I cannot find it.
What? Does episode 5...
trying to find...
Did we dream episode 5?
Did we dream the episode about the dreams?
That would be way too much.
I have the weirdest
But then we had a shared dream.
Had a dream yesterday that I was at a party and I missed recording.
Strange. Here, I'm trying to find this. Year.
No.
Okay. Episode 1. Okay, we are on...
Well...
it's not... Nobody listed it on here. That is so weird. Do you want to just create our own? Our own introduction for it?
Sure. Well, what it is... You know what? You do it.
Okay. Well, in this episode, a demon, known as Batty Bat, comes after Sabrina unlocks... What is that? What just happened? I'm sorry. Everyone, we're on... Tabby and I do video calls for this, and she just did the strangest face when I said the word Batty Bat. So, a demon called Batty Bat comes after Sabrina solves the configuration thingy, and it comes out of that, and it's a sleep demon, and so it goes, and it creates nightmares, and so the entire episode is told through nightmares.
And she's tormenting all of them, but they're not in each other's nightmares, and, I think, wait, where are Harvey, Ross, and Susie in this episode?
They're off, this is the episode where they're being traumatized because of Uncle Jesse keeps appearing. Because he touched their arms, and then he keeps haunting them.
Yeah. So that's happening to them this entire episode.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
think this episode will have a lot to talk about, just because we can go into depth about their dreams.
Oh, yeah. First note. Oh my gosh, it's us. That's just a Hilda Zeldy note, as usual.
Oh.
Like, at the top of the episode, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember they said a couple things, and I was just like, oh, look, Tabby and I had this conversation yesterday.
Okay.
I was very excited because there was the secret door.
Okay. So, there's this demon chasing them, you know? And then Hilda's just like, oh, okay, guys, this was stressful. Let's have some tea.
I think that's when I was saying
that is literally her answer for everything. And Hilda's just like,
helps.
I don't want tea.
Tea helps with everything. It does.
Really?
It's the
truth. Tea just makes me like a junkie.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you need decaf.
Caffeine. I hate decaf. No.
What? If caffeine makes you jumpy? So you just need to not have tea. Or just have water.
Exactly, but I love tea is the thing.
Just water.
And coffee. I love tea and coffee.
Then just get good decaf.
Yeah, but you can't find decaf black tea.
Yes, you can. Okay. We'll talk about this later.
Okay. Anyhow.
Okay, I loved that when the demon was chasing them, you kept seeing it from Batty Bat's perspective.
Yeah. That was weird, honestly.
And then, like,
actually,
you would see the
I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't, because it kind of, like, made me, like, it kept switching. It was kind of annoying.
I liked it. It was, like, it felt like a dream, almost. Where it was kind of, like, trippy and, like...
That's not how my dreams are. Okay. Oh, that's another thing. Okay. So, with the dreams, if you notice, everyone's dream is, like, different. Sabrina's dream keeps, like, switching, you know? It's like, she's at Unseen Arts, and then she's she's at Baxter. Harvey proposes to her, and then it really fast switches, to
she's talking to her aunts. And then...
She's talking to her aunt, they're saying no. And then all of a sudden, boom, it switches to her getting ready. Boom, it switches to her telling Harvey that she's a witch. Switches to her and Nick. And then she's, like, down the aisle, and they're like, oh, you're a witch. Oh, no, kill the witch.
I'm sorry, but I have to say something. When I was watching this part, the Sabrina dream, I kept thinking the entire time, I'm like, oh, this is so cringy. Like, I was like, oh, what is going on? But you want...
It's her dream.
And I was like, this feels like Twilight. Then I stopped and went, wait a second. It's a teenage girl's dream. Literally.
My dream,
like, it's her dream. Like I know, but you're not a 16-year-old girl in public school with a boyfriend.
True.
And so she's like, oh, we're going to go get married, but then he's going to find out I'm a witch. Oh, no. But then there's a love triangle. I was like, oh, wait a second. This is just Twilight.
It's not a love triangle, though, because she doesn't love him. It's more of the couple and the other guy. It's not a love triangle. It's a love
line.
Exactly. That's it. It's a love line.
Where it's got Harvey,
no,
Sabrina,
it's not exactly a line either.
And then over here, there's Nick.
Yeah, that's it. It's Harvey and Sabrina, and then Nick is the sad, pathetic guy. But the way that it kind of like switches and lighting's all like kind of like crazy, and it like switches to red, and
then it was like all pink.
That.
And then Harvey was like, "Kill the witch," and like that whole dramatic.
But everything like switches really fast and stuff, showing that that's how her dreams are. But then Hilda's doesn't do the fast like switching and stuff. And the lighting is almost all just normal lighting.
Also, it was creepy. I was like, ew, does Hilda have a crush on her principal? Why?
Yeah, that was weird. But then Zelda's also did some of the switching around, but the colors weren't as like bright, I don't think, they weren't quite as bright as... Yeah.
Okay, I found something
And Ambrose's was just weird.
I found something interesting.
What? Okay.
They said at first their dreams were supposed to be really good or better, like, but as it progressed, like Sabrina's was like really good in the beginning, and then it was the last second that it turned to a nightmare. And it was the same with Hilda. I almost called her Hildy again. But Zelda's, it was like good for like a minute, and then the rest of the dream was just her being sad. That poor actress had to cry so much. Exactly. And then for Ambrose, it was just... I feel like she's not... Weird.
It was weird, because he was... So it starts off as... what was it? It started off as Hilda comes up and she's like, oh, poor guy, he got stabbed, you gotta go, you know. Wait, so what were they doing? That was weird. You gotta go down to the body. And then he's like, okay. And then the body's him, and then he eats his own heart?
Yeah. Like, I'm like, he's performing an autopsy. But then it was very timey-wimey. Because then he goes, and then he dies again, and then he's the body now.
He goes upstairs. Well, he goes upstairs, and Batty Bat comes and stabs him, and he becomes the body. So it's like a loop.
Yeah.
And he's like, my heart takes cold and bitter, because he's scared of dying alone without love.
All of their dreams
Sabrina's
were about
scared
love.
of not being accepted. Huh?
All of their dreams were about love. Because Sabrina dreamed about not being accepted by Harvey. And then Hilda...
No, her thing is she doesn't want to be accepted by mortals. Hilda's was about...
I felt like it was mostly about Harvey, though. There was a lot of...
No, but I think Harvey was a metaphor for mortals.
Oh. Yeah, probably.
Because you saw, like, Roz and Susie were there, too.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I guess Ambrose is scared of dying alone. Oh, Hilda was the only other one in Ambrose's dream.
Yeah.
It's just him and Hilda. Which I found weird.
That's interesting. And, like, Ambrose wasn't in Sabrina's dream.
Wasn't he?
No.
Well, he was, but he didn't really talk.
Yeah.
He was at the table with Vance, but he didn't really talk. But, like, Zelda and Sabrina didn't even show up in Ambrose's dream.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and then in Zelda's dream, Sabrina and Ambrose were not there. But apparently Zelda dreams has good dreams about murdering a child.
So Zelda's dream, she's, I guess, she's scared of Hilda being better than her, but then she's also scared of losing Hilda.
Yeah.
I guess, I feel like this actually shows that she, like, actually loves Hilda.
Oh, yeah.
Even if she doesn't show it.
I think she loves Hilda, but I also think that she loves the Dark Lord. And so then it was like a conundrum for her, because she's like, but... Oh.
No, but I feel like they didn't really show, actually, that she ever even liked Hilda before. This is where she finally shows that she actually does love Hilda.
They only showed it for a second in the harrowing part. When she comes up and she's like, I know I pushed you too far. And like, when they kind of have that tender moment when they're talking about how when Zelda was the one. But otherwise, they haven't really... No,
they never... But that was in this episode.
Oh, that was! Oh,
yeah,
you're
so
right.
I feel like that's only because she dreamt of Hilda dying. Well, her murdering Hilda. And her not being able to regenerate again.
Oh,
and
okay.
I feel like Hilda is scared of Zelda, and she's scared that she'll never be able to get away, and she'll die in this creepy house with her sister who's mean to her.
With her sister who is attached to her, and the terrifying man. Okay, I started screaming in my notes. It just says, God, no, 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 with a lot of exclamation points. Because the guy lifts up his shirt and it's got the face, okay? There's a face in his shirt. And it was like, hello weird. There. And I, no. He was trying. Oh, no. It was not okay. It assaulted all of my senses.
Really? Oh. I was like, ugh, that's weird. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I also started screaming once again when Zelda was trying to murder the child. When she succeeded in murdering the child.
I laughed.
I love that was her good dream, though. Like, that was the good part of her dream. That wasn't the nightmare. She's like, oh, look, happy dreams. I'm gonna go murder a kid.
Well, no, her dream is that, like, oh, it's happy, I'm gonna give the Dark Lord what he wants. Not the fact that yeah. So she thinks she's doing the right thing. She's not like, oh, I have so much fun murdering children. I have so much fun serving the Dark Lord and doing what he wants. This is what he wants, so this is what I'm going to give him. Mm-hmm. Yay. Good dream. Oh no. He wants vegetable pie with Hilda instead. I'm not accepted. Hilda is better than me. Die, Hilda. Oh no. Hilda's actually dead.
I think you should do play-by-plays of every episode. That was fabulous.
I don't think so. I don't think I should. Oh
my gosh.
Anyway,
it's like how I should do play-by-plays of Riverdale.
This episode?
You should do them of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Well, yours is all... yours were just music.
What? My Riverdale, it was music, and then it was like, hey there, Archie, I love you. Oh my gosh, no! No, Archie, I love you too. That's my play-by-play of Riverdale.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
That was the worst part of Riverdale.
Yeah, but it's true. It was a part of Riverdale.
Everyone liked Archie. Anyway.
Okay.
Moving on to Sabrina. Do you have any more notes for this episode?
I actually thought I had more notes than I did. I just wrote in really, really big font because there was a lot where I was screaming. So I really took up a lot of the page.
I don't scream into my notes. I scream into you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I scream with my notes.
Harvey, Roz, and Susie explore a mysterious force of evil. Sabrina digs deeper into Miss Wardwell's intentions. Hilda pursues a new beginning.
Okay. Hilda is such a stalker. When the one guy's like, well, I studied here. I've actually done that to someone before.
Wait, when? Which part are you talking about?
When the guy's like, oh, I studied here, and she's like, oh, I know. And it's like she's meeting this person.
When did that happen?
I can't remember exactly, but I remember it happened, and I felt very called out, because I've actually done that to people before. Because that happens to me if I listen to their podcast, because, like, I have a memory like a steel trap. So if somebody says something on the show, I remember it. And this one person was like, oh, well, when I studied in, like, this country, he's like, well, when I did this, I'm like, yes, I know you did that. And it was, like, my first time meeting the person.
Oh,
and they were so freaked out.
I don't do that. I'm just like, okay, yeah, makes sense. Anyway.
Oh, well, I scare people, because I'm Hilda.
I don't scare people because I'm Hilda. I scare people because I'm Zelda. But anyway,
can Harvey and Sabrina just take a second and not make out in the hell mines? That would be nice.
She was trying to calm him down.
By making out with him in hell mines? If somebody tried to do that to me, I would attack them and run away.
Well, that's because you aren't in love with them.
But it's still, she knows that there's demons down there, and she turned around and didn't look out for demons, even though he just saw one.
And it was, it took, 2 seconds, and then she, stood up and they left.
I was not happy.
Why?
I was like, this is an inopportune moment. Go outside of the mines and kiss. Don't kiss when you're right by hell.
Okay, but if she didn't do that, he would still be, freaking out in the mines and die. So, which one do you think is better, Molly? That they die or that they get out?
That they get out. Wow! Way to turn my words on me, Miss I Hate Midnight, Zelda. Okay, I said ew, Nick. Anyway. I think it's just because Nick showed up. I don't like him.
Just because he showed up. Okay, why doesn't... So Sabrina, she was like, I don't know, maybe you didn't see it. Maybe it wasn't real. Maybe you guys are just imagining things.
Yeah, it's like why are you actually that? You're just making she could have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you went through that. That's weird. I've never heard of anything like that," or something.
I know, and she knows it. She knows it's real. And she's trying to convince them that they're crazy.
Yeah, it's friends don't do that.
And okay, even if you actually believed it wasn't real, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Also, here's something I forgot to mention. Can we just take a second to talk about Hilda's fashion choices? Mainly her makeup. What is going on with the blue eyeshadow? It was so thick. I was like, is it it was so much. I was laughing so hard. I'm what is happening on her face?
I didn't really notice it. I
have a weird sensor for a lot of blue eyeshadow, so whenever I see it in the shows, it always sticks out to me.
I don't. I literally don't pay attention to makeup, so.
I do when it's bright blue eyeshadow.
I don't.
Oh.
That's weird. I really don't even notice.
Oh. I said join them, Zelda.
Okay. What?
Oh, that was about the,
join them, Zelda, in the end.
Yes.
When they were like...
Oh, okay, I was so confused. Thank you for helping.
Okay, when Sabrina was telling her aunties about Jessie, did you see the table? There was a table covered in, lemon halves, and Hilda was squeezing all of them.
Yes! She has magic!
Yes, but no, you saw what she was doing. She was actually, she wasn't using magic to squeeze them.
No, I'm saying she should have used her magic. She spent the entire time. And then it was I think she was making lemonade?
I don't know. She lived for so long. What?
I think she was making lemonade, right? Or
I
just
don't know if it was
juice.
Lemonade, because you saw the jars.
Yeah, I think that was just lemon juice.
I don't know. It was really yellow.
I have no idea, but I remember it was just that is so many lemons, and they never talked about it.
Yeah,
and she walks
Sabrina
in and the house is covered in lemons.
And she doesn't even notice? What?
Oh my gosh. It's the other day, I was riding my bike, and I got home, and my house smelled like a party, because my parents were cooking something, and all the furniture was moved around, there was music blaring, they were shouting, I'm what is happening? They're oh, we're cooking. I was what? That's how I wish Sabrina had acted like that when she walked into the house filled with lemons. There are just some random things that happen.
I kind of like it, though. The fact that, I guess, Hilda does this all the time.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I just realized.
What?
I have a note. Ugh, I hate Nick.
I said you,
what did
Nick.
Nick do?
I think that
Nick.
Nick was just Nick. I think that it was just the last episode.
No, he did something. I
feel like he tried to make a move on Sabrina.
I think he died. I thought this was the episode where he was like, what, you have two different lives.
So that was I really hate Nick.
It was real. Yeah, right? Was it? Was that true?
That was real.
I don't know.
The lines between reality and dreams are starting to blur. I
know, right? My dreams are so weird.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Okay, I understand Sabrina's mad at Miss Wardwell for spying on her and stuff. But like, she shouldn't be like...
protect her. She should be like, wow, this is awesome. I've got a protection.
If it wasn't for her, Batty Bat, one of them would either have cracked and Batty Bat would have killed them all, or she would still be tormenting them.
Yes, and Sabrina, also, how could really she hate her? She's the actress that plays Missy on Doctor Who.
She doesn't know that.
I know, but still, I mean, like, how could you not like her?
Seriously though, like, Sabrina's better stop being mad soon, or I am going to throw something at her.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to continue watching?
I think so.
Me too. I really liked this one. Like, I felt like for me, Riverdale was more like just like a kind of a fun show. Like, this show's a little heavier, at least in my opinion.
No, this is definitely not. I think that this is. I don't think this is heavier than Riverdale.
Personally, I felt like it was. But I loved it. So I'm definitely going to continue watching this because it puts me in all those fun Halloween moods. So.
I don't know. I think I'd rather watch, I don't know. I might watch Riverdale and like, I'd rather watch Riverdale instead of Sabrina. Oh. I like Riverdale better, which is weird.
That's interesting. It's the opposite for me.
Yeah. And see, I think that like, you think that this is heavier than Riverdale. I don't. I feel like this is just like just another step away from reality.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it, because Riverdale felt more like it was trying to be more realistic. To me, this one felt like it was just like, who cares? We're witches and we're all gonna like do exorcisms, and like it was just like fully embracing.
I felt like this was almost like, well, they were trying to make the mortal people at least seem like real.
Yeah.
I think. But I felt like this was just just another step away from reality.
True.
Which I thought wasn't as heavy.
For me, I like it. I prefer it when it's like that. All right. Weird. Did you have any other notes?
I don't think so. Please write us with any suggestions at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com.
And next week, we will be talking about Katie Keene, or keeping in with this theme that we're doing here.
If you haven't already, please subscribe.
Keep watching.
And keep listening.
Thank you for listening to the First Six Podcast. This show is hosted by Molly Southgate and Tabby Hollowed. It is edited by Rob Southgate and produced by Southgate Media Group in conjunction with Mastery Media. You can find us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at the First Six Podcast. Get in touch with the show at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review us wherever you listen to this show. It really helps. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next channel.